They're waiting for more, aren't they?
Yeah.
Of this stuff. I mean, there's no mucking about here. You wouldn't get away with putting too many gimmicky things on this one.
They're not going to wipe the blood off that camera,
No,
are they?
they're going to leave that there for an effect, I think. That's all we're getting here.
Oh, is he biting him now?
He was biting him, he's doing it. It's just very tough to watch this.
Oh, he's got that thing back again.
Yeah, whatever that is, it just doesn't. I mean, can you imagine in the PG era that coming out now? I think that'd be it for your WWE career. Tried anything like that. So Carlos Colon, definitely the aggressor in the match, definitely been in control of the match for sure with this weapon, and Abdullah just on the floor now, and probably one of the few wrestling moves I've seen thus far, almost that we got then. Now the referee, what's he doing with that? Is he actually going to get rid of it or what? He's taking it away.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, like, why they need the referee. Is it just strictly for the pinfall? Is it? Is there another reason for him being there?
And you look at Carlos Colon now, he's now like hitting him on that forehead. He's trying to draw more out or what, but like, how much more damage do you want to do?
Everyone's definitely trying to get a good look at that, aren't they? Like, was he stabbing him in the head yet?
They really are, aren't they?
It's definitely been quite one-sided, this match, I'd say.
Very, very one-sided. Just looking at Abdullah's boots there, of course, would be reminiscent of wrestlers like the Sheik and other guys like that used to go out with those boots. I remember it very well.
And for some reason these days, Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I'm not sure. keeping the trend up, I guess. And so blood is just going to remain on that camera lens. They're not even going to move that. And Carlos Colon, I mean, is literally just going on the head. there's no messing about with this. Yeah, there's no messing about with this. And again, like I say, this is probably more towards the end of their feud, so God knows what they were doing to each other before all this. I mean, this is just one, but I mean, I know for a fact there's a lot of matches between these guys, but they weren't always, unfortunately, they weren't always on camera. Now, that chair, Matt, that's not your typical WWE chair.
No, it's a
oh, and there
chair.
goes the ref.
It's a wooden chair, isn't it?
God, blimey. It's not something you'd want to be hit with. But,
no.
So the ref, well, look at that. Well, we need that kind of referee in WWE. He took a chair shot and he's still up. the ones we see today, they'd be out for an hour. You wouldn't see them, be concussed. So, yeah, sign him up for sure.
I guess you've got to be tough in these kind of matches.
It wouldn't be the place you'd want to be a ref of in the match, in this one. I mean, I don't know what sort of control you'd get. It's not a place for a referee, I wouldn't imagine. But my hat's off, he took it. I'm liking the selling job there.
I'm not seeing too many referees and flares either, so
yeah.
That's a new one for me.
Setting another trend bar there, very fashionable. And just looking at that, you can just see the wounds completely opening up. I mean how everyone in the audience is just smiling pretty much. They're loving this stuff. There's no shock factor to this. They've seen all this before, you can tell. But like I say, this was a wrestler's. A lot of books that I've read of wrestlers that ever got a chance to Puerto Rico, they all say it was just a nightmare to go. If you was a heel, you were in trouble. You did not want to hang around the bars in Puerto Rico after something like this, because you'd probably be found out, and people took this quite serious. And I guess after a few, when you're happy and on alcohol and all the rest of it, it wouldn't have been a good mix. Like I say, I've heard of wrestlers the fans would go with just pouches of urine to chuck on the wrestlers as they come down the ramp, and objects, glass bottles were chucked on people, and I'm not just talking about, slightly chucked. I'm talking about legitimately, people going out their way to smack a wrestler. So it was a very unsafe place. I mean, even on the front there, Matt, I don't know if you could spot it. I think it was like a cop just randomly there, just in case, with like a gun holster on him. I mean, this is not the sort of place you'd go if you didn't want all that. Now, Abdullah the Butcher finally getting some offense in. Very much a brawl match, wouldn't you say, Matt, at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm surprised how one-sided it is as well. It's just like one man just taking a beating. Mm-hmm. It's just like, we're going to have a competition today to see how much beating one man can take before he falls down.
How much blood he can lose.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, man. There's right gauging his eye, That's just, jeez. Definitely have the effect. You see in the background there, the cops trying to, bloody hell, swipe through men. That could have been a disaster. There could have been lights out there. That would have gone wrong. But I was just noticing in the back, the cops were trying to calm those fans down in a certain section. You could tell this was rowdy as hell back then. I mean, this is during the day. Good grief. Who knows what this was like to control the night.
He's got his truncheon out.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah, there's no mucking about here. Like I say, there've been there's always been stories about kind of rioting going on in Puerto Rico. I mean, imagine you're a wrestler and all of a sudden this lot comes in, Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. You'd be wanting to run out quickly then. This was no small feat either. I mean, it's quite a big crowd, Matt, when you think about it, that are there, that have gathered for this. It's not exactly small.
And they definitely can't make up their minds whether they want to stand up or sit down. I think they want to stand up, but they get told to sit down.
Now, is this a doctor dressed like that with that shirt? He looks very very fashionable as well, doesn't he? No, they're not gonna. He's waving it away.
Yeah, I would question his medical knowledge.
So it's been a fascinating watch, not just because of what's going on in the ring, but I'm fascinated by the audience as well. It's like the amount of cops that are there.
I've got to say, a very different kind of environment than what I've seen most matches set in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it like this. I mean, I've seen football matches where it's like this kind of atmosphere, but not a wrestling match.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think on this episode we're gonna we've got 3 matches lined up for this one, and I would say that all 3 of them are in. First of all, they're all in different countries, and secondly, very different time zones and different wrestlers, and so I think we're going to get a nice variety on this episode. And like I said, I'm definitely wasn't familiar with this match, and I'm not sure what that doctor is actually trying to do there. And he's not having much success, is he? Trying to get that across. Cool. What was that just come out of him? I don't know what that was. Something flown out. Carlos Colon getting the crowd. Now, did you see in the background there, the crowd, there was like a chair thrown up in the air? Great. Oh my goodness. You can imagine why Puerto Rico didn't go on tour too much with this promotion, can't you? But this would have been just another territory where back in the day, territories like Stampede Wrestling, in Calgary, and the AWA, they would have sent their wrestlers for about 3 or 4 months to get some experience. Well, I'm pretty sure they'd have had a good experience here. Coming back, they'd be very grateful for anything, I think, after this.
Deal with any crowd after this one, I guess.
Yeah, I think if you can have this, if you've got this crowd in the palm of your hand, you're on for a winner, I would imagine. Look at that, straight shots to the head there with those kicks. So violence, I would say, is the thing with this match. That's certainly what they've gone for with this.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not your typical. Not your 5-star wrestling. Match that the referee just gets it in. Shoved out of the way, just thrown out. I don't know what authority he has in this.
I hadn't heard of too many matches like this around this time. If this is 82 or 86, or in between, wherever it is.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen too many where they just gone full on violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, from everywhere I've looked at, it's saying 1986, so I don't know what that 82 thing was. Whether that was just for something else, I don't know, that was built up. Might have been since he's had a reign or something. I have no idea. But everywhere I've gone on Wikipedia, it's stating June 15th, 1986. So I'm guessing that's when it was. But if you know more, email us in. Don't forget, always stand corrected. I have no problem with that. But yeah, like I say, this won't be the first time we're going to visit Puerto Rico, because we're going to be back here, and I'm sure you've heard, Matt, of Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen. I do mention Bruiser Brody quite a lot on this podcast as one of my sort of old favourites that I had back then, but those two were no joke either. I've got to say, they had a hell of a run in Japan together, and then this is the time when they were a tag team, and they weren't the sort of guys you'd want to mess with. So after seeing this, I'm kind of wondering what we're going to get. So has this been waved off? Is everyone saying this can't go on, or is Carlos just going to continue anyway because he doesn't care?
You would think there seems to be a lot of people in the ring here that aren't wrestling, isn't there?
Well, the referee has zero authority in this one. I'm not sure even what is the point of him being there as he gets headbutted to the floor. And but the crowd are loving that.
The crowd seem quite happy.
Yeah. Get the referee in. That's one of the best spots. Abdullah the Butcher has been absolutely mauled here by Carlos Colon. The audience look like they're getting more rowdy in the background, as I'm seeing. So this is more, I guess, if we talk about evolutions, I mean, this is much more of what we would, the ECW line of stuff. I'm guessing, really, not many people thought this sort of stuff was going on back then, but trust me, it was. And that chair does look very painful. They're not plastic ones. God, now they're going into the crowd almost on their way back. Oh dear, oh dear. You can see all those people looking like they want to get involved there. I can imagine what this was like, the hold off. So fighting out into the crowd. I'm guessing they're going to get back to the backstage area. The amount of people around them there, Matt.
Yeah, of course. It'd be a bit scary to be the wrestlers.
It's like they're running out of there now. Just get out. They're both going to just help themselves. Yeah, no, those fans are very much on it. So what the hell's going on right now? Are they coming back? I don't know where the camera's going with this. I'm not sure what we just saw. I think Abdullah and Carlos got out in one piece.
And got a bit of blood on the camera.
Yeah. And there's Carlos. He's been chaperoned now. Like he's up like a hero. This is like a hero's moment. He's cheering. The fans are loving him. He's really like a hometown hero as we come to the end of that match. It's quite surreal what we just saw there. How did you find that?
Well, I've got to say, it's the most diverse match that we've seen so far on this. I can't really talk too much about the wrestling because there wasn't a lot of that.
No, definitely not.
But I've got to say, I enjoyed it because it was very different atmosphere as well. The fans and the setting and just the overall rowdiness of this place. I think definitely a good kind of watch because it definitely kept me interested. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I was more worried for their safety towards the end of it from that crowd. But yeah, like you say, Matt. I mean, I mean, I guess really in a lot of ways those matches would become much more familiar, especially sort of in the Attitude Era where those matches sort of happen, but not to that level of violence.